Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Good evening.
Hi, Judy.
So Leroy, I know you, but I don't know. Are you a Rotarian?
Not officially.
Okay.
Well, but he has been.
Yes, I have been.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Cool.
Yep.
He was a member of my club.
Right.
Oh, that's a nice connection.
Mhm.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. With Judy's
I reeled
assistant.
him in and had him on the district team for youth exchange.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah. That was my first exposure to that. And I will never forget that first conference in Chicago that weekend. And Linda said to me, once you start doing the Rotary Youth Exchange, your whole world's going to break wide open and you're going to wonder how you ever lived without it. And
Oh,
that is so true. That is so true.
Yeah. Yeah.
that's quite a testimony. That's cool.
Yeah.
And have you ever hosted, Leroy?
No, I've not. Nope. Nope. Just assisted with the team.
That's
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
But you know how it is anytime you're in a position where you can kind of look up and around, you just realize how many good-hearted people are just
Yes.
giving of themselves so generously, and how if you remove any cog from the machine, it just can all break down. So everybody's so valuable.
Yep. It was an amazing group. Yeah.
That's the same with your clubs too. So
True.
I know it is, it's just a couple minutes past 6:30, but a lot of people were coming in right away. I'm gonna just give it another minute. And then we'll respect everybody that got on here right away at 6:30 and get started, and then people can catch up as they join the call, because I don't want us to sit for too long. Since you guys were right on time, we'll get going in just a minute. So I think, okay, we got the Passport Club, but most, I know Judy's and AG. Are the rest of you guys president-elects?
I'm also a president-elect.
Oh, are you, Judy? Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I'm so used to you.
Yeah,
and
Gary
AG.
and I are going to share that wonderful job.
Oh, nice.
if you would label yourself first name and then your club name, the location, that'd be awesome.
Karen, what club are you with? I keep forgetting.
Chippewa Valley After Hours.
That's right.
Sorry.
You didn't like that. You were getting rid of her. Or
No,
him.
she wants under the blanket underneath my laptop. So she's hairless. So she likes my laptop in the warmth, and she wants up
Oh.
underneath it, which is usually fine. But when I'm on a meeting, then the laptop goes all, she can't.
And she has something to say about that.
Yes, she's very
Yes.
talkative.
Well, I think let's get started because we've waited a few minutes and people can just join us. My name is Martha Klatt. I'm the district trainer. And thank you for giving up some time this evening to talk about some tools for leadership. I really appreciate you joining the call. Karen, did you want to say anything to get us started?
I do. Thank you very much for joining us again. It's fun to be together, and we always want to start with fellowship. So no matter how mechanical or nitty gritty our conversation gets, let's just always keep our fellowship connection in mind. I want to encourage you to stay in a leadership mindset tonight. So even though we're talking about how-tos and lists of things, try to keep your own mind leveled up into leadership. You'll gain an understanding of maybe things that you delegate tools that are available on Club Runner and Rotary, depending on the size of your group, maybe things that you'll have to do yourself. And so having skills and knowledge and knowing how to cut right to the information that you're looking for is helpful. And then you'll also gain understanding of your club and the clubs around you to the extent that you share your information. It's really easy to think we know who we are. And when you look at data and trends, we see ourselves, our clubs in this case, from a different point of view. And so I'm hopeful that you'll get both of those, all that support today, and encourage you again to keep a leadership mindset. Thanks a lot, Martha. Looking forward to hearing from you.
Thank you. So just to give you a quick overview, I probably will put everybody on mute, but feel free if you have a question to unmute, just because sometimes the background noise makes it hard for people to hear. And then just to kind of set the stage, my goal is to give you an overview of Club Runner and My Rotary and a couple of other things. I'm not going to do the deep dive into the nitty gritty, but certainly can answer questions and follow up after this session with specifics if there are questions that people have. But I'm going to kind of bounce back and forth. I'm going to start out with a few PowerPoint pictures just to kind of do the overview. And then I'm going to come back and, like I said, certainly ask a few questions. And then I'm actually going to go to, I'm going to kind of go back and forth between the PowerPoint and then actually go into like Club Runner and My Rotary. So you'll kind of see my pages, but I thought that was probably the best way because there's a lot of information, and this way I can kind of give you what's available and then actually go into the tool and see it. How many people, just kind of wave your hand, has everybody been into Club Runner? Okay, so a good number of you have been in there. How about My Rotary or Rotary Central? Okay, so good. So you may know as much as I do, so that's always good. So, but let me, I'm going to share my screen and go through a couple of slides first, and then we'll go from there. So hopefully you're seeing my PowerPoint, are you? Should say tools for leadership. Do you guys see that?
No,
No,
I don't see it at
ma'am.
all. Nope.
No? Okay. Now, see, I practiced all this and still didn't get anywhere. I still make mistakes. How about now?
There you go.
There we go.
Okay. All right. So, as I said, I'm Martha Klatt. I'm the district trainer. My club is in Tomah. Been a Rotarian since about 2007, and I love Rotary. So this is, I just love getting out and meeting people. So that's why I do the things I do. So today, I'm just going to cover, like I said, a big picture overview. We're going to do I'm going to start with Club Runner, and then we'll move into, and I'll do a little bit here with Club Runner, and then we'll go to the site, and then we'll come back and do a little bit on My Rotary and go to that site, and then finish up with a few additional resources. So I love quotes. So I want to start with a quote because I really like this one. And it's from John C. Maxwell. It says, "A leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way." And I really like that because I feel like a leader, sometimes when people think about leaders, they think about the person in charge and the person doing everything. And I think a true leader is one that, they may do a lot of things, but they also know who to bring into their group and help them achieve their goals and move forward. So it's not about one person, it's about that network, that family that you have going forward. So in that sense, I want to share these resources and talk to you about things that are out there and people that are out there that can help you, especially those of you that are president-elects, soon to be presidents. So we're going to start with the Club Runner. And like I said, Club Runner has a lot of features on it. So there's a lot of things that you can do with it. And basically what Club Runner is a cloud-based software program. And it manages your organization and membership information. It also can facilitate easier communication between various levels. So, if you have the club version, information can go to the district and to Rotary International, and at the district level, they're communicating also with clubs and with Rotary International. So it's a really great tool. The biggest thing I think you need to know about Club Runner is that you can use as much or as little of what's offered. So there's a lot of things on there that are available for people to use, but you probably aren't going to use everything. So it really is kind of club specific. Or if you don't have a club version, then there's certain things that you can use at the district level. So this is showing Club Runner features, the whole, a lot of the different features that are available. A lot of people use the membership directory, the reports, definitely communication, being able to send emails and newsletters. Some people will use the event planning. So if you look at this big picture, the first 3 rows are basically, if you have a club version, you're going to have those first 3 rows and probably use many of the things in there. You can track your volunteer hours. You can do your website off of that. So that gives you an idea. So at the club level, like I said, a lot of people will use the membership, track attendance. They can update member information on that, reports. You can see who's donating to the foundation. You can see, how many women, how many men, what the ages are. So there's a lot of information available. At the district level, we're seeing that we're at the district level has a couple of things that the club version wouldn't have. The dues and billing is something that's there. But one of the questions people will have is that, can that replace QuickBooks? And it's not that type of a program. It's more for invoices and sending out billings. And then the district version, of course, will manage all the clubs and members and pass that information along to Rotary International, and also has some programs or some ability to work with the assistant governors. So when you think at the district level, you're thinking mostly the people that would use Club Runner at the district level would be your club officers, your president-elects, and your secretary. At the club level, it could be your individual Rotarians. And the one point I want to make with, I'm just going to stop sharing and come back to, with Club Runner, not all of our clubs in our district have a club version, and that's okay. What I don't know if a lot of clubs realize that they can use the district version. So even if you don't have a version in the club, there's a lot of things you can still go onto the district website and log into Club Runner and access the emails, the membership lists and that type of thing. So I'm gonna just try, I'm gonna log in here. Let me pull up. Get the, I'm gonna start at the district level and share that screen again and log in so you can see that. Okay, so hopefully you will see the district, Rotary District 6250. Do you guys see that?
Yes.
Okay, good. So right up at the top right is where you log in and you get in here.
How many of you, like show of hands or a heart emoji, or have done this? Okay,
Okay, so now I'm logged in to the Rotary District 6250. So I want to go to the for members here, and I can go to log in to Club Runner. And so for those of you that have logged in before, you've done this, but for those that have not, it's sometimes they're not, you know, not clear exactly where to go. Okay, so member area. So there's lots, and that's why I said I was going to do an overview and not dive deep, because we'd be here until midnight trying to go through everything. Different people are going to have different levels of authorization. So, you know, you may get in here and start playing around and you don't have access to something. And that's just basically probably because of your role. For me right now as district trainer, there's some things I really don't have access to. But you can get in here and you can see, you know, you can see your membership, clubs and membership. Takes just a second. So here I've got all the clubs. This is showing me all the clubs that are green have a club runner, you know, a club subscription of Club Runner. The ones that the red X don't have a subscription, but those clubs can still utilize the tools. They just would go through the district. So you can get a lot of information here. You can do communication. You've got email services, email templates. The one thing that's interesting that I learned when I was working with this is that, you know, you've got club information and here it says edit club information. Well, if I go into that, if I'm a club that has a club subscription, like here's Toma, and they do belong to the club subscription, and I go in to edit the club information, the district cannot do that because it says here, you know, they have their own subscription. But for clubs that do not have a subscription, if they needed to update information in Club Runner, they could contact the District 6250 and they can go in and help edit some of this, or they can log in themselves and edit that. There's different reports. here's the dashboard. That's showing, this is showing some membership history, and you can do it by club. Right now I have access to do it by club. If you came on, you may only have access for your club. So again, it just depends, like assistant governors, they would have access for the group of clubs that they work with. If you're just from a president, you might have just information on your club. So any questions before I go on? Because I'll log out of this and then I'll log into the actual club version. Anybody have any questions?
Yeah, on the membership section and the communications section, are you able to send, use the template and send out an email to just your members, or can you send it to anybody district-wide?
You can send an email to both. You can send it to your members and to other people in the district.
Okay.
Judy might chime in. She uses it all the time.
I do.
Ah, okay.
I don't think as a president, and I know as an AG, I can't send to individuals, but I can send to any club directors and the higher ups in the district as well. So
Oh,
for
okay.
example, yesterday I sent one out, or maybe it was yesterday, to all the club presidents. So I was able to do it that way. So if you wanted to send something and ask a club president to say, please let your members know, that's kind of what I do.
Yep. Okay.
Otherwise, you have to go and download the information for every single member individual, kind of
Right.
club wise.
Yep. Yep. And that's the real pain in the
Yep.
Easter. So,
Yeah.
okay.
As an aside, not to co-op Martha, but one problem that Rotary volunteers, especially Rotary volunteer leaders, express all the time is just too many emails. So FYI, if there's something that you want to communicate to your fellow presidents, I'm going to be sending out a message monthly just to our presidents, including Leroy, maybe including our Rotaract presidents. And then there's always the district dispatch, and that audience is monthly for all members. So if there's ever something that you want to communicate that you think would really be, for the good of the whole, as opposed to a club fundraiser or something,
Okay.
those are your two paths, and just let me know.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Yeah. Because I was thinking in terms of trying to charter this new club and trying to attract members, and if we can catch or make contact with a member before they actually leave the Rotary fold, if they were, before they leave, cut ties permanently, for catching before that. So, all right. Sounds good.
Any other questions?
As far as the access at different levels, who's responsible for giving access?
So at the club level, it would be, the club would identify who, like the president-elect, the secretary, they would designate what you can see. At the district level, it is Rotary International that kind of gives the access level. So from there, like the district governors, they have more access than the assistant governors. For me, like as a trainer, I can get some of the reports, but I can't get into everything. What was I in that I was trying, and it said I don't have access. Now I can't remember. But yeah, so there is different levels here. Yeah, so donations, as trainer, I don't have access to this donation report because there's really no need for me to be going in and seeing that as the trainer. So you will find as you go, and the thing is if there is something that you think you should be seeing, because I know that you know, sometimes you'll get in there and you think you should have access and you don't. Let somebody know, let us know, because then it's maybe just a disconnect and the information hasn't gotten to the right people to grant you that access. And we were talking right before as everybody was coming into the meeting, and then that July 1st is kind of the magic day too for different accesses to be granted as the new officers and everything start to take over. Some of the access levels will change at that time. Did that help? Did that answer?
Well, so who exactly do I reach out to at the district level?
At the district level, if there's a question on access level, I would email our Rotary Club or District 6250 at Morgan Data, and I'm going to give you some of those resources.
Okay, thank
And
you.
then if there's specific club runner questions about how to work something or something like that, Bob Spencer in the present, and he's considered the club runner guru. He can help with a lot of those questions, and gave me permission to use him and let you guys know that he's a resource out there. You can certainly always reach out to your assistant governors, and I would say reach out to your assistant governors first. They might be the first line of resource for you, and then from there, there's the district leadership team and myself. You can always shoot us an email, and if we don't know the answer, we can find the person that you need to contact.
Thank you.
I'm gonna switch here out of the Rotary one and go into my club, just because it's got a little bit, if you're not, an officer or have a role district-wide, it's also someplace that you want to encourage your club members to go in, because they can update their information. All right, so I want to be in my TOMA one. Where did it go? Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing for a minute and come back to you guys and find the, there's just a little bit different look to the homepage.
While she's doing that, I'm just gonna chime in, if you don't mind, Martha.
No, please
Um,
do.
As that, I'd really encourage the club presidents to get their members to get in there, because there is a lot of information in there and it's really helpful. I'm also the membership chair for my club, and so I'm really trying to push our members to get their pictures put in their profile, so that as we have new members, people can associate a face with a name. So it's a great way for them to start as new members, to be able to go in and get their information in and then see everybody else. And you can print out a directory with pictures that you could save as a PDF and send to new members.
All right, let me share again so you can see the so here I'm in my TOMA site, And it takes me to the TOMA page and then the member login. Some of this, I apologize, is my compliance for I stayed at the office to have a better internet. And my compliance sometimes makes me. All right, so. Yes. Well, best laid plans when you practice and then, okay, there we go. So this is at my Rotary Club of Toma. So it recognizes me, comes in. There's lots of information here. You can keep track of your volunteer hours, attendance. I can check and see if I owe anything for my club. I can go in. This is what Judy was saying, to add pictures. It's really good to have your club members go on at least maybe once a year and double check and see if their information is correct. As I was preparing for this presentation, I went in and realized that we had moved our office and I had never updated my work information, my work address. So I was able to go in and correct that. And the nice thing is if you have your members doing that here, then they just have to do it here. And then it is captured at the district and it's captured at Rotary International. So you don't have to go multiple places and update your information. If you've got a club level subscription to Club Runner, if you put the information in, it's going to synchronize with the other levels of the organization, which is really nice. There's, I can look at my attendance, which hasn't been as great as it should be right now. But I can see which meetings I attended, which ones I missed. There's reports. And again, go in. I really encourage anybody to go in and play, actually play with it, because go in and look at what reports you can get, what kind of information you can find. Here it's a member activity report, the profile contact information, my access level, and my attendance. There's different, and what's on here is going to be basically what's inputted. So it's important that somebody, and it doesn't have to be the president. I mean, that's the one thing we want to kind of have you build a team that's working. I mean, the club secretary can do certain amounts and probably does more of the work on Club Runner than a lot of other people. But there's a contact list, so I can contact the people in my Rotary Club. It gives me a list of who's in there. And the one thing I will say for Club Runner is that they have some really good tools that do the deeper dive. So if you want to know how to do the website, they have tutorials that really are very clear and they give you specific instructions on how to walk through it. If you want to know, how to send out a newsletter, it's going to do that. How to add a new member, it will do that. And that's one of the things I really do like about it. Trying to think. Administration. Takes me back to There's a mobile app that you can download and put on your phone that will help you get information. There's help guides. So there is really a lot of resources, you know, just kind of at your fingertips to look at. And like I said, if your club doesn't have the club subscription, you can still go on and get some of the information at the district club runner. But here there's different things. Club Runner also has a community where it has some different discussion boards that you can go on and have some discussions with other people. But there's videos and help articles. So there's really a lot of information and just kind of some fun stuff on here. Any questions on Club Runner?
Yeah, me again. Is there any place to track service projects or register a
Yeah.
service project on there?
You can track events on my Rotary. I'm going to show you some places where you can put your service projects.
Okay,
I don't know, Judy, that's a good question. I'm trying to think if there's I haven't run into an actual.
because I mean, it looks like it covers the membership information pretty well and contact information for all the members and the attendance kind of stuff. And I'm thinking it'd be nice to have something to have. I was just looking here at the chat. Heather said it does not have a place for service projects.
Yeah, so I'm going to show you on my Rotary some places where you can actually do some of that.
Okay, all right.
So yeah, that's a great question because I really honestly didn't have the answer to that. So that's good to know.
Okay.
So I'm going to switch back. Anybody else have any questions before on Club Runner? With both Club Runner and my Rotary, what I would recommend, and it would be nice, kind of my task for you would be, if you have not gone in and really just kind of clicked on all the buttons, I really recommend you go in and click on all the buttons, because it is kind of fun to see what information you can find and what information you have access to. And there's no better way to figure out kind of how to actually work the system than to actually get in there and start to work on it. It's pretty user friendly. So when you go in and want to do things, if it's a place where, you know, like the membership, if you can edit it, it's pretty clear how to do that. But like I said, they have all sorts of self-help. If you want to send an email, a communication out, you can get the tip sheet on how to do that. It's just there's a wealth of information on there, and it is a tool that you can do a lot with. So for your club, you can use it as much or as little as you want to. All right, I'm going to take you back for a minute just to an overview on the PowerPoint, and then I'll actually take you into my Rotary. Let me just get signed in there for a minute. So the couple of things I'm going to show you on my Rotary, I'm going to just do a quick overview and then we'll go to the site here. All right. So this is kind of the opening page on on my Rotary. So I'm going to take you into the site in just a minute. You log in off of Rotary International. And it's got a lot of information. It's got things that are happening all over the world. In here, it has my club snapshot, so I know where the club meets, the website, how many members are in my club, who the club president is. I can look at the club goals, as well as it has a lot of information on just a variety of topics. You can see here, they've got information on the 2021 virtual convention. There's oftentimes a spotlight on a certain project or something that's going on. A couple other things that I'll show you when we get in there. One of my favorite places on Rotary International is the Learning Center. They've really put a lot of work into some different learning topics and information there. You can find information based on a certain topic, on a different role you might be interested in, on different languages, and it comes in different languages. So if you don't, read or speak English, you can get it in a different language. And then another place I'm just going to show you, because many of you have heard a lot about the Brand Center with our public image people. This is where they'll send you for some information. They've got logos, they've got different materials that you can use in your club. They've got different ads and images so that you don't, as a club president or a club member, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. It gives you a lot of information to start with. So I'm gonna go to the actual website here and let you see from at least my perspective. So here I'm at, I just Google Rotary International and I get to the website, and then it has a place where you can click on the sign in. So I just sign in if you haven't been to the site before. So that was the home page that I kind of showed you on my slide. But here, if you just hover over the top, you can see here there's different clubs. You can exchange ideas. There's discussion groups. There's events. If you're interested in taking action, there's different resources for polio, some projects, apply for international grants. If you're applying for district grants, that would be through the District 6250 website. Sometimes people get confused and think they would come to Rotary International for a district grant to fund the forms, but that is on the district website. Over here at the Member Center, this is a place, again, that I think you really want to go and spend some time and find out some information. You've got, a variety of tools. Rotary Club Central is one of the places that, as a president, you would want to go. As president-elect, hopefully many of you have already been there. This gives you information, like I said, I'm from TOMA, so this is going to pull up TOMA information. It shows membership trends. It gives us gender trends, age trends. If you put the information in, and I will be really honest and say that TOMA, we haven't used the Club Runner as much as we could. You could have some of your project and what's going on with that. One of the places we really like everybody to, especially the president-elects, is to come in here and put your goals in. So if you haven't done that, this is where you would do that. You can add in, like, I know for our club, we need to get in there and do that. So this was our goal for this year, was to get 28 or to get 27. So we actually went over our goal. Right now, there aren't goals in here yet for 2021, 22. So there's a lot of different goals that you can put in. You can do club membership, service, if you have, if you want people to do certain things for service or have a specific goal in mind, you could do that. Leadership, if you want to have a goal of so many people attending district conference. So there's a lot of different information you can put in here. Annual fund contributions, I'll go back to this year, we have those goals put in. Service, so you can add goals if there isn't any goals in there. So there's a lot of, this is where we really want some goals put in there. And I think at PETS, you were given information on the goals that, and Karen, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but they were given information on the goals that you wanted for this coming up year, correct?
Well, the goals we really want are the ones that are meaningful to you. And then there are some that really mean a lot to us, and that is membership and foundation annual fund giving and Polio Plus giving and a few others. But the number one thing is that they're meaningful to you.
Thank you. There's reports on here, so you can get different reports on membership, Rotary Foundation, service. There's just I think if you want numbers, you can find a report on that. I'm gonna go back here. And I want to get to the question that was asked earlier. One of the great places that I don't think we utilize as much as we could, let me find this. Now I'm thinking too hard because I lost it. There's project resources on things that are going on. Looking for the what I'm looking for is the showcase. There's a place in the Rotary, my Rotary, that you can actually put your projects in and showcase what you've been doing. And obviously it doesn't want to go there for me. But let me take you to the Learning Center. This is an ongoing project. I mean, they keep adding new courses, so, and you can do things that are of interest to you. You can do it based on your role.
It's a really good idea to ask your club chairs and officers to take the classes that are appropriate to them too. They're all really succinct and very, very useful.
So you come in here and I mean, you can get things that are professional development. If you're interested in just kind of the history of Rotary, there's things in Rotary back here. There's general information. Just a lot of different things, and they're always putting in new. If there's something in particular you want to learn, you just, you know, type it in the search engine and it'll come up with that. Any questions on this tool or anything specific you want to? There's the Rotary show.
Martha, can you, oh,
Go ahead. It must just be the showcase must not be. Okay, so here you can add different projects here. You can search for projects. So if you wanted to know what, you know, if somebody's ever done a project in the district or has put something out there, you can put a search in here for a keyword and it'll look for that. It has opportunities. So you can view different, like here's COVID projects. You can view the projects that are there, polio, just a whole lot of water projects. You can go in there and see what other people in Rotary are doing, not just our district, but all over the world. And you can share your club projects. You can add a new project in here. So might not be exactly what you were looking for, but it is a place where you can put information about what your district has done with different projects. And Karen, what were you gonna say?
Karen, you're muted.
Oh,
I have the space bar down and the space bar works almost all the time. The problem is it doesn't work all the time. So would you go back to Club Central and click on dashboard?
yes.
Dashboard is really helpful to let your club, for you to know who your club is and to let your club know who they are for trends, etc. And things if you're trying to engage them in your goals, your SMART goals, the dashboard's really good. It's under manage. Down, nope, club, nope, top one,
Yeah, okay,
and then all the way down. There we go.
yeah. Anything specific on here? Because it shows you the global, your club.
Just scroll down a little bit. I think they can get a general idea. It's just so nice to have friends. Wow, lots of unreported ages for their club, but it's handy if people will actually put in their ages because you can track retention by age category, et cetera, et cetera. So not such a good example, but when we have ages or it's probably dates of birth, I'm not sure, but the data has to be in club in Club Runner, and then it uploads. And then other things that you're keeping track of. Then if you go back up to the top, could you, if you click on, well, I guess this is everything they give on the dashboard. I thought there was giving on there too, but I guess not. You don't have to, please don't search, it's
That would
fine.
be like maybe under reports, you can get a giving report, or under the goal center where you had your, it'll show kind of where the foundational giving.
Yeah, no need to move around more. I was just looking for the trends. But yeah, there are really good reports that roll up and tell you all that you need to know on foundation and membership. They're really handy.
So there's just a wealth of information, a lot of tools on there that you can use. Again, the best advice I can give you is if you haven't, really gone in there and just kind of clicked on all the different drop downs and everything, is to go in and explore. And then if you do, have any additional questions and can't find the resources, certainly reach out to me, because I can certainly, go one-on-one with how to do different things on that. I know we're getting at the end of our time, so I guess the thing I want to just, I'm going to go back to just the PowerPoint to wrap up one of the things I think is really important is basically some of your best tools, and share it. We have these resources, we have the different things on the district website, on Rotary International. Also, some of your most valuable resources are the people that are in your club, networking with them, finding out what they might be interested in, having them help you. Here's some of the resources. You have the district governor, we have the district governor-elect and the district governor nominee. We have our AGs and chairs. There's just a wealth of knowledge in Rotary, and a lot of people that are so interested in helping make your year fun and make your year successful. So encourage you to reach out to those people as resources. And then, as I said, for Club Runner, within Club Runner, there's clubrunnersupport.com. So if you have specific questions on how to, or if you have a problem when you're in there, you can certainly access that. They're really good about getting back to you. Bob Spencer told me I could let you guys know that he's available if you have questions. His email is clubrunnerguru6250@gmail.com. Again, your assistant governors are a wealth of information. And then we provide different opportunities throughout the year. I just listed a couple here. We'll be doing something on Vibrant Club workshops. The district conference always has a lot of information and resources, as well as the international. So, when you think of resources, I want you to, remember that there's a lot of people out there that can certainly assist you in your role as president and are more than willing to help you in any way that they can. What other questions do you have for me?
Oh, one just comment, and that is for the goals. Just make sure people are looking at next year's, and you were in the goal center, and it shows the current year, and they have to move to the next year's, and that can always mess people up when they're entering their their different club executives, the board things like that. Because they can carry them over and their projects over and it's something I think a lot of people forget to do.
Yeah, great point. And you can kind of see 3 years because you can see past year, present year, and then the new year coming in. So that's kind of nice too, because it gives you kind of a view, a snapshot of kind of what's been going on or what the goals were, if they were different from what yours were, and that type of thing. Anything else? Any other questions or anything I can help with?
Oh, thank you, Martha. It was very helpful.
Well, thank you for spending some time and feel free to reach out to me if there were other questions that you had that I didn't cover, or if there's something specific you'd like to see. Certainly can walk through that with you and always willing to help. So good luck with for President-elects for your year. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting for you. So looking forward to working with you. And thank you very much for giving us a little bit of time this evening.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Martha. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
So Martha, I put in the chat that we'll send the recording and your slides. So do you mind sending me your slides?